You ever notice how you never realize how much you use a finger until you get a cut on the son of a bitch? And you're just sitting there like life is just wrong. I got a cut on the ring finger of my right hand on the knuckle, like the big knuckle, right? I'm thinking there's no fucking way I'm gonna have a problem. Because what the fuck ever touches that? You know? Nothing fucking, like, there's no reason to even have a fucking problem with that because nothing's gonna touch that fucking knuckle. It's fine. It's fucking fine. Everything's cool. Not a fucking big deal. And then I get into bed and it hurts like a son of a bitch. And I'm just sitting here like, what the fuck? Like I didn't take into account pillows and what pillows can do to a fucked up finger. So I'm laying there and trying to get comfortable. And in case you can't piece it together, let me explain to you how I sleep. Okay, I put an arm under the pillow, and a hand can go under there as well. And I kind of uh use my forearms to like hold my head into a proper position, right? So my arms are kind of folded such that they're crossing like under the side of my head and I'm sleeping on my belly. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm doing all that and then just fucking stinging. Just continuous fucking stinging. This is bullshit. Fucking bullshit. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like, we all have 10 fingers, and I know motherfuckers are gonna be like, thumbs ain't fingers. I don't give a shit. They're fingers today. We all got 10 fingers, right? And no matter where you get a cut on any of them, your life will drastically change for at least 15 minutes. Doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter. You can get your fucking left index finger cut like on the side where there's no bend or anything. And you'll go reach in your fridge for some shit and you'll graze some water and it'll just be the most fucking miserable thing you've ever experienced in the whole fucking year. And you're just like, ah! And it's fucking ridiculous. So I don't know. I found myself noticing some things, and I just wanted to share them. I wanted to share them. I wanted to ask the people who listen to this if they have ever noticed some things, and that's one of them. Did you ever notice that movies aren't exactly one long story nowadays? No, see, movies nowadays are sections. They're scenes that are designed, and I believe purposefully designed, so that everything hits somebody at some point. Like there are scenes for people like me, and then there are scenes for people that ain't me. Like for me, I get annoyed whenever movies do that bullshit where they jump from a somewhat quiet scene to a loud ass fucking club scene. That shit gets on my nerve. I fucking can't stand that bullshit. But I know that because of music choice or because of whatever the fuck, that's gonna be like somebody else's like pick me up moment. Like, yeah, I like that song. And it's like, that's on purpose. These motherfuckers are just like, okay, this dude doesn't like those moments, but fuck him because this dude didn't like the fucking moment that this dude liked. So we have to put this scene in here, and then they'll be happy while they'll be sad. But then later we got a thing coming up with some cool dialogue, and that'll make them happy. Like, if it feels like a collection of pieces where it's just like we've divvied up every type of audience member. Now let's please them all and make them all angry at the same time for about an hour and a half. All right, and then everybody goes home feeling like something happened. Okay. Like it feels like so much psychology has just been going into fucking movies, And another thing I've noticed, it just makes me laugh just thinking about it. I don't know if you really paid attention, okay? But the legend of the legend of the screen, George Takei, right? This motherfucker's name is George. I don't know if you understand that. Like just picture George Takei in your brain, okay? Just oh my motherfucker in your brain. Just picture him, right? Motherfuckers is calling this cat George, yo. This shit is amazing. What George do you know in your life? Okay, because everybody knows at least one George. I know Georges, okay? There are no Georges in my life who I would put in the same league with George Takei as far as style, as far as like just that level of like whenever dude shows up on a show, the show gets better just out of nowhere. And he's fucking weird. Like, he seems like a really cool person, but he's just fucking weird. And I think that's partly why I think he's such a cool dude, is because of how fucking weird he is. And just strange and off, like off center. And I think that's really cool about him. But then I just think about the fact that there are motherfuckers in his life that unironically call him fucking George. I'm like, dude, what? That shit is that's amazing. Then people like, you know how Beyonce has this, damn near song of a name, right? The shit makes sense, Fucker's name is George. Like that, I think that's why people say George Takei all the time. Every time. Nobody just calls him George on camera. It's always George K. Or depending on how they pronounce the shit, George Kai, whatever the fuck. People always call him by his whole name because I think that at some point somebody was just like, yo, George, man. And everybody just flipped the fuck out because it like removed the mystique from this dude who he just is dripping with fucking mystique. This man's name is fucking George, and it's phenomenal. It's like what the fuck is his name? Fucking Donnie Yen, right? His name is fucking Donnie. He's going to be the dude our kids think of as like the way we think of Bruce Lee, right? He's that guy, right? Motherfucker's name is Donnie. Fucking Donnie. What the shit? What? Like, how are you a legend with a name like Donnie? Like, people call Donnie Wahlberg, or is it Donnie? Is it Wahlberg or whatever the fuck? whatever the fuck their name is. But like people call Wahlbergs like legendary and all that shit, kind of ironic as a joke because they're kind of silly. Donnie Yen is gonna be a fucking legit legend when he's done doing his shit. And this motherfucker's name is Don. Like that's why they never take Yen off. Always fucking Donnie Yen. Always George Takei. Motherfucker's name is George and Don. Fucking. I don't know. I don't know. It's like some people just seem to have like stage names, and some people were just named for fucking entertainment. Like Marissa Tomei, her name was made for fucking entertainment. Like that's a name where you say it and you like, this person is important and she's been in shit. You know, Beyonce's name sounds like music. Beyonce makes music. Shit makes sense, right? Fuck, his name is George. All right, I'm moving on. I'm moving. You ever notice how, to those of you who drive, right, and to those of you who are like me and make grandiose situations out of absolutely nothing, right? You ever notice how there'll be a person, well, not even that, not even that. You'll be driving along, right? And like it'll be a long yellow or or there'll be a truck or some shit like just about to merge into your lane and you make it by the skin of your teeth. You avoid the red even though everything in your body was yelling at you to stop, motherfucker, you can't pay no tickets. And everything in you is like, just fucking stop and let the truck in. Let him the fuck in. Like everything in you is just screaming to you to do this, and you say, not today. And you just keep going, and you do the shit, and you're like, yes. Yeah. And you're feeling like you're the fucking transporter. And you just fucking, like, you damn near want to just do a U-turn in the middle of a fucking highway because you can. You know, like, fuck a median, fuck all that shit. It will lead, the median will just drop for you today, because this is how you feel, right? You ever notice how during those times when that happens, there's always a motherfucker sitting behind you in some kind of blue jank ass sedan who just did the same shit and gave no fucks at all about any of it. Didn't care. They're fine. They had to have fucking run. They had to have run the red. They had to have, because you ran the shit when it was at like fucking 9/10 done. There's no fucking way this car behind you got through the same fucking yellow. It's fucking impossible that they got through that shit. There's no way. And they just passed through that shit. And he's like, but, like you just sit. It's like the moment's been taken from you, because you sitting there and you looking at this motherfucker in your rearview mirror like, how the fuck are you here? How the fuck are you here? A cop should have came out of the fucking sky with a helicopter, just taking a fucking gun and blasting tickets at your shit. Like that should have been happening based on what the fuck I just went through. Like that truck should have fucking ran you off the fucking road. Your ass should be in the ditch somewhere. You should be fucking dead right now. There's no way this shit should have ever been able to occur. It's like, how the fuck? Like, what? Like, just what? Oh, like I see that and I get kind of deflated. I'm like, oh man, I thought I was I thought I was being awesome. Like I thought I had just threaded the eye of the needle. Apparently, I just walked into the fucking hallway, and it's not really a big deal. um, you ever notice how people just make decisions to divide things up for no reason? Like what the main way that I've seen has been people asking other people Star Trek or Star Wars, right? As if there is some type of vacuum of time that will not allow you to watch both. The same motherfucker done directed two, like, has directed movies in each of these franchises. So if the same motherfucker can make both, why can't we watch both of them? Like, they're not the same. It's like naming conventions have fucking made these movies competition. Nobody's sitting around going Star Wars or 2001: A Space Odyssey. Nobody fucking says that. Why? Movies about fucking space, right? So why the fuck are we asking about that? No, because people are fucking simple. If you name some shit Star Trek and you name another thing Star Wars, well, these both have two words, and the first word is star. So obviously, one of them has to be worse than the other by a large margin. What the fuck? They don't even have the same fucking message. They're not the same at all. They're not the same at all. That's like saying that all Westerns are the same because they took place in old dusty ass places. It's not what the fuck. No. Nobody says, hey, Star Wars or Serenity. Nobody fucking says that. Both take place in fucking space. Nobody fucking says that. Not one person asks that. And they're not even structured the same way. Star Wars has always been about making fucking trilogies. Star Trek is just like, you got an idea? Well, I got an idea. Make a fucking movie out of this shit. Let's go. Like, that's how Star Trek has been. Shit ain't been about no damn trilogy. I guess maybe now it kind of is. I don't know if that's a trilogy because I don't know if they're stopping, you know? So maybe, but I doubt it. But it's like they're not even structured the same. Star Wars has a TV series and it's animated in 3D. Star Trek has a TV series and it's fucking people. People are still asking this fucking question. It's like the Marvel DC thing. They're not like what? Where is the fucking okay? Here's what's fucked up about DC and Marvel, right? People ask that shit and they've already taken a side and they won't even acknowledge the theft of one company that has been done by the other company. Like how fucking Deathstroke and Deadpool are the same fucking designed character. Like they're fucking, well, I mean, now they're not, but at the core of them and with the naming conventions that they both have, the same fucking shit. You know, how Moon Knight and Batman are damn near the same character. Like there's this clear theft going on. Like the Flash and Quicksilver and shit. Like just fucking weirdos in these companies. There's so many underlying oddities that happen with these companies, and people don't even fucking acknowledge that shit. Or they'll just be like, well, they stole from us, like they're on a fucking team or something. They're comic books and movies and TV that can be enjoyed by everyone. See, me, if you were going to put me in a camp, you'd likely put me in the DC camp because DC has more shit that I enjoy. DC has put out more shit that I have enjoyed, but at the same time, Marvel has put out shit that I've enjoyed more, if that makes sense. Like, as far as the amount of, like, if I'm just take pure visual entertainment, right? With all these DC Batman movies, which are fucking amazing. Like, Justice League Doom is fucking ridiculous. I ain't gonna say shit about it, but to those who know me, just understand that shit is fucking incredible and ridiculous. Like shit like that, the Arrow TV show, the Flash TV show, fucking Legends of Tomorrow, fucking movies like Man of Steel and Batman v Superman, all that shit. Like, as far as just like hours and hours of content, I enjoy the hours more than I do the litany of Marvel stuff. Like, I sat through the Thor movies, but I wasn't hyped the way I was through a lot of these animated Batman movies or these animated Justice League shows, or like that sort of thing. But the Avengers and Age of Ultron and Civil War, like those are movies that got me just fucking insane. Like, I was sitting there and I was just thinking, like, when I left watching the Avengers for the first time, I honestly wanted to turn back around into the theater and just sit down and let them clean all the shit and just show it to me again. Just show it to me again. I don't want to fucking leave right now. I had to leave, but I didn't want to. Like, I want, like, if I was by myself, if I was alone, if I ain't have my wife and my friend there with me, I'm telling you, I'd have walked out that theater, I'd have bought another ticket, I'd have took my ass right back in there, I'd have sat down, and I'd watched that shit. Oh, at least 3 times. At least 3 times. There ain't a damn, like, and that's never happened with any DC movie. Never happened with, I don't even think, any other movie. Like, that shit, as much of a fan of Joss Whedon as I am, that movie was just a fucking, it was a culmination of like frustration and just constantly being in this position where I am a fan of this man's work, and I am constantly in a position where I have to defend it to people. I have to watch these shows that he makes get canceled over and fucking over again for no good reason. Like, it frustrates me as a fan, but it frustrates me as a creative to know that this man can make these products that are so high quality and so thought provoking and innovative, and to just fail. They just fail, and I get fucking angry and I get mad at the world, and then I finally get to see him make something on that scale and on that level, and it's not compromised. Like, I can tell just by watching that movie that he did that. I can tell, I can see his footprint through the entire movie. And just seeing that, I was just like, this, it feels like I have finally been able to be like, yes, I have this one thing where I can just unequivocally like tell people, fuck you, you're wrong about this man. Because I ain't met a person. I ain't met a person who's valid to the discussion who did not like that movie. Not one human. Like, if you're a person who where like all you fucking want to watch is Citizen Kane sit up and talk about Rosebud all fucking night. That's and you don't give a shit about anything that ain't black and white, and you just watch shit on a fucking big ass real thing in your basement. You're not gonna like the movie. If you one of these assholes sitting around talking about, oh, I hate CG because CG is CG, you're not gonna like this movie. But if you can add something beneficial to the conversation, you love this movie. Like that's just like, if you're in the echelon of this world at all, like if you can respect a man putting on a fucking suit and flying through the air blasting people, you are going to love this fucking movie. And it's just stuff like that is just fucking it brings everything home. Brings everything home. Now, speaking of bringing things home, I don't even remember what the fuck I was talking about. Oh yeah, I was talking about either or and DC and Marvel and all that shit. Yeah, relax with that. Uh there's another thing that I noticed that a lot of people when bringing up haters or troll and that sort of thing, people like to bring up education. And not in the sense where trolls are stupid and need one, but in the sense of well, I need to teach them how to not be douche. I don't know if you've really thought about that, because the people who really generate good hate and really have an eloquent way to call you a piece of shit, or if they just have the fucking gall to just misspell everything while calling you stupid, like, those people don't lack knowledge. What they lack is worked out problem. That's what they lack. They there's some shit going on in their life. They ain't worked out. It's just not. It's not settled. It's not handled. And they're taking the shit out on you. The dude that called me a coon last week, I think it was last week. Dude called me a coon. Like, that motherfucker is mad at some shit ain't me. Ain't no, like, I made a video talking about Black Lives Matter being worded stupid. Yes. And I fucking meant it. Because it is. But at the same time, dude must have saw that and been like, oh, we're hating on the movement. I gotta call him coon. And, I gotta call him a coon because he ain't down with the movement. Like, really? Really? I'm gonna educate this person. I'm about to sit up and tell him, like, yeah, about that coon thing. I think that you're mistaken in the sense that coon actually means, like, no. The dude doesn't need an education. The dude needs a nap. More than likely, the dude needed a nap. Just a fucking nap. Because a nap solves about 70% of problems. Okay? Because a lot of the problems people were walking around thinking of problems ain't really problems. It's just you reacting to some shit wrong because you just heard it. You need to go take a nap. And then when you go take a nap, you wake up and you're like, oh yeah, that shit did happen. Well, I mean, it's cool. And then you just move on with your fucking life. There's some real problems. I shouldn't have to say that, But there are some real problems. But at the same time, there's some shit that you overreacting to. You know this. I don't have to say that either. You fucking understand this shit where you just sitting there like, you know what? I'm being kind of a douchebag about this. I know. I fucking know. I know. And, with those things, you just need, fucking take a nap. Take a nap. And then another one, drink some orange juice. And I ain't talking about none of that bullshit. I'm talking about cold. Cold. I'm talking about put some ice cubes in that motherfucking cup and drink that shit before the ice melts. I'm talking about some good, cold orange juice. Drink that shit. Just drink it and then sit back and examine your problem. Be like, you know what? That was delicious. I'll have another. And then by, a few minutes later, you're just drinking juice. You're just drinking juice. And you're like, the world ain't so bad because they have made this in the ground. I don't know where the fuck oranges come from, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't need to know that. Not a part of my life. But at the same time, orange juice, fucking delicious. Fucking delicious. And just have some and understand everything will be all right. Be all right. So just, sometimes just pause, take notice certain things that happen in your life. And feel free to leave a comment, talking about things that you notice. So I want to hear some stories, or well, not hear. Unless you're gonna make a video like this and just be like, oh yeah, well, I'm talking too. That'd be neat. But really, you just leave it in comments like a story about some shit that you've noticed. Motherfuckers doing things about yourself. Fucking cuts on your fingers that you thought you could ignore. You going on trying to fucking go to sleep. Ruins your fucking night, like just anything. Just go ahead, tell me something. This can be a conversation. I mean, if my Black Lives Matter video is so bad to where we can have a conversation about me being a coon, I'm pretty sure this one ought to be able to bring about some type of conversation about some kind of weird shit somebody's done somewhere. And what these fucking celebrity names, yo. Again, motherfucking name George. All right, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. You all take care of yourself. Thank you for listening. And I'll catch you next time.